it's been exactly... Okay, not exactly. It's been around 3 weeks since our previous Dragon Age... Oh, I can actually put my alerts back up because I'm not a chicken anymore. Those of you watching this later on VOD or YouTube are like, what is he talking about, not a chicken? Every year we do this, this thing where I play horror games and I dress up like a giant chicken, and it's a big thing. Anyway, it just ended, and we've been on break. So you guys have been watching this are probably used to me saying, oh, we haven't played Dragon Age in a month, 3 weeks, 2 months. Proud of you. Face your fears, like you saying. Anyway, we're back to Dragon Age Inquisition. We are in super late game. Last time we finished the Jaws of Hakken DLC, and that one was difficult. So that a lot of people that know the game in the chat told me afterwards that it is the hardest part in the game entirely. That it's way harder than the base game, and it's just the hardest thing in the game, all DLC included. And we got stuck on a boss that I didn't think I thought we pretty much got soft locked, or I thought we had. I could not beat this boss. Like, it took a long time, hours to beat it. But we did finally find a way through using a lot of grenades. Who knew the answer? As always, like with XCOM, it's just use more grenades. So grenades are the answer. We did finish the Jaws of Hakken DLC. And then the bad thing about that was after we finished it, or well, after you finish that boss, it unlocks the dragon for the zone. And it talks about how big and massive the dragon is, how strong and crazy the dragon is. And then we kill the dragon easily. It's nothing. At first try. Darkest Dungeon tomorrow. That's, yeah. And then Darkest Dungeon 2 is next Tuesday. Alright. But Wednesday is the story day. So we're going to go through the war table, and we're going to go straight into the next DLC. Our observers of the conflict between the Orlesian noble houses report that the Leander family has responded to our appeal. While not the most desirable outcome, an arranged marriage to solidify peace is far from the worst possibility. Celeste Tybalt will speak to no one. We have received 2 letters on the matter. The first is in the strictest confidence, Josephine. All right, this is from Lady Tybalt. So we made this decision last time. We had a couple that we can make. We chose the marriage one. My daughter will comply with this pairing. We are all servants of our chosen world, but it serves us as well. I lack the standing to challenge us, so I ask that it be remembered that it is her name stabilizing this conflict. It conveys power that should not be misdirected to matchmakers. Of course, this was the outcome. It is the only sensible one. Arrangements will be made for a proper ceremony in the capital, of course. Lord Desrose will be a valiant groom for as long as his heart holds out, and young Celeste will be most amiable figurehead of alliance. Finish Dragon Age Inquisition before we go to Dark Age 2? I sure hope so, but I don't know. I don't know. Let's check out, make sure I think we're pretty much done with this side. The only thing that we have over here, aside from resources, is the one where we choose Cassandra. But I don't know as the next holy leader, but I don't know if I want to do that or not. So these are all resources to stuff. Yeah. All right. So we're actually done with Orlais. Let's see if there's any in Ferelden. Oh yeah, that's just gathering. I'm not even sure why it's lit up. Once you get past the first dragon, most are just easy. Yeah, well, this was a DLC one, so I thought it was going to be different. And it was a little bit different. But the DLC had been so difficult in the boss in the DLC, I thought we were going to have to just redo the whole DLC because I couldn't beat it. And then that unlocked a dragon after that, and I was like, all right, this dragon is going to be really hard. It was just the same. I mean, you know, it had more health and damage, but mechanics were just the same. Okay, we are good on the board. The only thing is I haven't decided if I'm going to do this or not. I don't know. So we can support Cassandra in being the next divine. But I haven't decided. And one of the reasons I haven't decided about Cassandra is Liliana would make a good one also. But part of it is also because we're romancing Cassandra now. And it's like, we just started hooking up with Cassandra. I don't want her to go be the Pope. Then what? Golems of Angerplank DLC or whatever. Hardest part of Origin. It's been so long. Yeah, I can't remember that. All right, let's do it. we're going to go into the next DLC, Disaster in the Deep Roads. I forget the actual name of this DLC. It's got different names to it. The Inquisition has received an urgent request for aid from Orzammar. A subterranean earthquake has collapsed one of their lyrium mines and endangered several others. Even worse, tunnel seals preventing Darkspawn from overrunning the Dwarven-occupied deep roads have crumbled, allowing hordes of the enemy to invade. I've talked about this before on the stream. There are some words that, for whatever reason, are permanently tied in my brain to things that they probably shouldn't be, or, like, these inconsequential things. For me, subterranean always reminds me of the first Mortal Kombat movie. There was a scene in the first Mortal Kombat where Kano and Goro are in the dining hall in Outworlds. That's right, Outworld has a dining hall. And Goro is being really serious, and he's like, he's talking about the subterranean realm of Shao Kahn. And then Kano looks at him and goes, subterranean? Is that something like underground? I don't know why, but that always reminds me of that. If you become the Pope, just call you father. Orzammar is a key provider of the Inquisition's Illyrium supplies, and as such, its security is a top priority. The earthquake opened a fissure in the Storm Coast Mountains, granting direct access from the surface to the threatened region underground. Constructing a mining lift at the fissure site will permit the Inquisition to transport forces directly to where Darkspawn fighting is fiercest. Alright. Notifying people that can build a mining shaft lift quickly and safely. Orzammar has the experts we need to build such a lift. Your discretion, I can hire a team of their best construction workers. Or we need to move quickly to contain them. I'll dispatch my best people to the Storm Coast at once. Alright, make the lift. Subterranean realm of Shao Kahn. Construction team arrived in the Storm Coast Mountains and set up a mining lift to transfer Inquisition forces from the earthquake's fissures opening down into the deep roads. A report sent by Messenger Bird. First I thought that was like the name of someone. I don't remember anyone named Bird. No, literally a bird. The mining lift in the Storm Coast Mountains will be finished by the time you get here. Anyone going into the deep roads should dress accordingly. Don't skimp on the armor and bring the best weapons in Skyhold's arsenal. Also recommend packing plenty of dry rations. Most things down there will be looking to eat the Inquisition, not the other way around. Scout Harding. Let's look at our inventory. I might need to dump some items before we go in. Let's see. Yeah, we should go take a dump before we leave. You never know when we'll get another chance. A dump of items. Obviously. We'll go unload our inventory. Hey, where's my throne? What? Someone replace my throne with a smut book? It's alright. I'll sit there instead. I'm not going to change our gear or anything. I think we'll be okay. Surely this DLC won't be as hard as the previous one, right? Right. Ugh. Speaking of allergies. Alrighty, let's sell some junk here. Don't need these. All these white and gray items. Ancestral Blade of Leads. No one needs that. Hopefully you don't need any of that stuff either. I'm not even really taking a close look at it. I'm just selling stuff to make space anyway, I suppose. I'm just thinking, like, we don't need this money. I've barely spent money this whole game. Butterfly Great Sword Grid. +6 willpower. Sell all the valuables. Torn page, very valuable. Alright, now we can dump some stuff and get going. Yavar Warmal. What? No lore on this? Here we go. Hakon's Wisdom. Before he fell silent to the Yavar, Hakon Winter's Breath granted this gift only to augurs willing to put their vision... almost sneezed. Visions to practical use in battle for their holds. Few have ever had the honor of carrying Hakon's wisdom in their own hands, and fewer still live to tell the tale. 140 hours in level 26. People complain about slow leveling in Classic WoW. Yeah, this is more, this follows that same slow, like, levels really matter in these kind of games, kind of like D&D levels too. Well, not as slow as that, but you know what I mean. Hakon's Wrath. The Avar say that before Hakon Winter's Breath fell silent, he granted gifts to warriors who proved their worth through acts of valor in war. His wrath he bestowed only upon those who sought to avenge great wrongs through bloody battle, so that its arrows would visit divine retribution, not mortal, on their targets. It's always funny to you. Yeah, it's all relative. Of course. Alright, we got our nipples out, so good to go there. 4 extra tonics, kind of interesting. So is extra grenades. I'll keep some of these on us. Alright, we're good. Let's head to the deep roads. So for anyone that doesn't know the lore, the deep roads are this big, huge subterranean system of roads that connected the Dwarven Empire ages ago. It's massive. It's a massive area. But the dwarves dug too deep. They did not find a Balrog. They did find the Darkspawn. So when the Darkspawn started coming out of the deeps, obviously they hit the deep roads first because they came from the ground and the deep roads are between there and the surface. So it got overran and most of the Dwarven kingdoms fell. In fact, the dwarves were fighting the Blight, the Darkspawn, for who knows how long before the surface even knew of its existence. They were down there fighting them for quite some time. So now those roads that used to be highways for the dwarves are pretty much passageways for the Darkspawn. That's one way the Darkspawn get around. So pretty much filled with demons. So last time when I was talking about demons and stuff, people were like, Adam, or someone was like, Adam, they're not demons. Well, yeah, I know. In you gotta be careful calling things demons or spirits or whatever in the lore of this game because they are very different. Darkspawn are not technically demons in the demon sense of Dragon Age anyway. All right, let's go. Is this Dragon Age? This is Dragon Age Inquisition yet? What's going on, Karina? Welcome in. Here we go. All right, we're gonna take our team that we have geared up. Our team we've been using most of the game: Blackwall, Solus, and Sarah. Part of it is because I'm too lazy to gear the other team, the rest of the team, and put in their points and stuff. So I'll just take these guys. It's fine. When's RimWorlds? Right now, if you go to YouTube, there's no RimWorlds. We won't be streaming RimWorld for a long time. Questions answered twice, yeah. Hi, bye. Hey, Rem, thank you for the lurk. RimWorld is a YouTube only thing for the foreseeable future. Because we got Dragon Age on Wednesdays, as we have been doing for a year. And then Darkest Dungeon 2 is coming out on Tuesday. And I won't be here on Sunday. Sunday's my daughter's birthday. So we only have 3 days this week until 3 days of streaming after Dragon Age until Darkest Dungeon 2 is out.
Inquisitor, the workers are almost done building a lift to the deep roads. No Darkspawn trouble yet, but the earthquakes have been brutal.
I was told to meet a Shaper Volta.
She's waiting below. You won't see an Orzammar dwarf on the surface. They have rules about that.
Do you have a personal favorite older RimWorld series? So the one I usually recommend, it's a couple years older, so this is before 500% even existed and all, you know, take all those caveats in mind, but is the Tiny map. So Explanation Tiny will go to the playlist. It's just a really crazy playthrough because it's very unique because I did an entire playthrough on a 50 by 50 map. Hardest difficulty still, all that good stuff as you expect from my series, but at that time, Merciless was the hardest difficulty. Which is 220%. But anyway, the Tiny map, it was on a 50 tile by 50 tile map. I did the entire playthrough, including a ship launch on that Tiny map. This is right after, like, immediately after Royalty came out. So we had mech clusters on that Tiny map. If you haven't seen that one yet, that one's a pretty interesting old series of mine on RimWorld to watch. So Exclamation Tiny, if you want the a link directly to the playlist on it.
How many quakes have there been since you arrived?
At least 3 big rumblers. And
Big
the aftershocks
rumblers.
are nothing to sneeze at. My feet miss solid
She knows.
ground.
She knows I'm gonna sneeze.
Josephine's report mentioned several lyrium mines
Heinz,
were
welcome in.
damaged by the quakes.
You'll see what's left of this one on your way down. From what I hear, the other mines are barely holding together.
This seems like a great place for us to go.
So you haven't seen any darkspawn up here?
I sharpened my arrows just in case, but they never showed. I'm okay with that.
From your tone, I'd guess Orzammar isn't your favorite place.
I don't have an opinion. Cloud gazers like me aren't allowed in the city.
I'm sure she has an
The
opinion.
lift's ready for you.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We changed their gear. Look at Solus now. Sarah's no longer covered in mud. Don't worry though, my nipples are still out. They're getting pretty wet right now too.
Try not to shift around, and keep back from the edge. It's a long way down.
Jesus. That's a little too quick, I think.
Stupid darkspawn.
You're much more likely to hit rock.
Still their house. Message sent.
Always wondered if I'd die down here.
You're not dead yet.
The day's just starting.
Dwarves cannot dream, yet they devise the most fascinating inventions.
Not all ideas come from the Fade.
True, but these designs must be inspired by something.
It's interesting about Blackwall saying that. I'll talk about it again in a second. Those, like I said, of these games, I do all the lore. I read all of it. I try to. I'm only gonna play through it once. I try to get everything out of it if it's a good game. So we've been pretty involved in the lore.
Magor, Novrik, your names will not be forgotten.
Oh.
You must be Shaper Volta.
A trust Valar, Inquisitor. The Shaper welcomes you to the deep roads.
So it's interesting. Blackwall says that he wonders if he'll die down here. So the reason he says that, for anyone that doesn't know, is Grey Wardens eventually succumb to basically the poisoning of the Darkspawn, the blood that they imbibe to become a Grey Warden. And so when it's like at the point where it's taken over them, yeah, they go to the deep roads, they meet up with the Dwarven unit of fighters down there, and they go on a one-way trip. They go and they just kill as many Darkspawn before they die as possible, because if they don't, they're gonna succumb to the Darkspawn anyway, and these dreams and whatever they're having, and visions clawing at their mind, and they're gonna go crazy pretty much. So they go down there and they spend their last moments just taking as many Darkspawn with them as possible, and they do not come back. They just kill until they're downed. However, Blackwall is actually not a Grey Warden. Turns out Blackwall is a huge liar. His name isn't even Blackwall. So it's interesting that he would say that he wondered if he was ever going to die down here. So I guess that means he was either going to continue the facade forever, all the way to the point where he was like, all right, well, I guess I got to go fight Darkspawn until I die. Or people are going to be like, hey, how come the gray rot, whatever this stuff hasn't been taking you, Blackwall? Oh yeah, I've been having the nightmares. I'm ready. Let's go to the deep roads. So, or you were supposed to do this DLC before you learned that about him, one or the other.
You look as though you're hiding from something.
As a citizen
A
of
liar.
Orzammar, even a glimpse of your sky could cost me my position and render me castless.
Wow, that's kind of ridiculous.
What does a Shaper do exactly?
We chronicle the life and times of our people.
You're historians.
Also scholars and genealogists. Shapers preserve knowledge in the memories, an archive in Orzammar. We record memories in Lyrium to ensure they never fade. We must be meticulous in every detail.
The Dwarven part of Origin was the most interesting to me. Like, I did the starting area on every background or whatever, and the Dwarven ones were really interesting. They got a lot going on down there. It's like a soap opera. It's a Dwarven soap.
My ambassador briefed me, but now I hear there are still more quakes.
Each new tremor opens another fissure in the deep roads. Our situation has worsened since we contacted Skyhold. The quakes collapsed this mine and shattered a seal, keeping the Darkspawn at bay. The Legion of the Dead hasn't been able to mend the broken seal, and we can't afford to...
Legion of the Dead is the group of doors I was talking about. So the Legion of the Dead, that's the one that the Grey Wardens go. The Legion of the Dead are kind of the same way. They're these, a lot of them have been criminals, or not even just like murderers or something, but literally like people when they become castless. And some of them, when they're like, all right, you can either leave and go to the surface forever, or you can go join the Legion of the Dead and fight the Darkspawn until you die. That's the group that the Grey Warden, when they're gonna succumb, go with it to kill as many Darkspawn as possible. I was going laundry. Dwarf spice.
What will happen if we lose more lyrium mines?
The surface needs lyrium for all sorts of magic. The Inquisition more than most, I understand. And Orzamar's economy relies on the lyrium trade. Without it, there will be chaos above and below.
I've read about the Legion of the Dead. Dwarves who fight Darkspawn in service to Orzammar. They commit their lives to the cause and celebrate their own funerals before entering the deep roads.
No matter their sins in life, the Legion die noble deaths.
Orzammar deals with Darkspawn all the time. Why request the Inquisition's help?
The Legion isn't prepared for this level of disaster, and the Grey Wardens haven't answered our calls for aid.
It's unusual for doors to call for help in
Any threat
general.
to the flow of lyrium requires immediate response. The Inquisition is the only force we can rely upon.
The Inquisition stands ready to aid Orzammar. Without a steady lyrium supply, things on the surface will get even worse.
Apologies for pushing you. I fear the damage that tremor caused. Follow me to the Legion camp.
She's awfully friggin' calm. Shaper Volta. What? You tell me to follow you. You're just stopping? Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead.
Keep your eyes open. These roads are dangerous.
I'm sure it's fine. Storm Coast Fissure. From this ridge, exposed sections of the deep roads are visible below. There's history in the rock split by these quakes. For those without sure footing, a particularly dangerous fall. I actually liked Storm Coast as a zone. I think, I was talking about it last time we played, I think the Storm Coast, because of its size, and well, it was just a good zone in general. I think it would have made a better starting zone. I actually think if they had made it so the hinterlands wasn't the first zone, more people would have played through the entire game. I think a lot of people just get sick of the friggin' hinterlands. Start this DLC by accident before you're ready. Ruin your playthrough. I think I'll be fine though. Non-chicken person. That's right. Yeah, we're pretty late game now. Ogre Alpha.
Stay clear of its reach.
Stay clear of its reach. I'm a melee. What do you want me to do? Excuse me. I need to get around here.
Now, while it's distracted.
To break the ogre's grab, use an ability with a physical effect such as stun, knockback, or knockdown. Won't clue you. Level 26, and yeah, same as us. It's got so much health, Jesus.
Right now. It's not focused on us. Now's the time to attack.
This is like just a damage sponge. I'm trying to save my focus to stun it during this.
Now's the time to attack.
Deep Road's fun DLC. It's so tanky.
No! While it's distracted!
Well,
Right now!
whoops, wrong button. We're about 75% of the way there. So tanky, I might fall asleep. Right.
It's not focused on us! Now's the time to attack!
This isn't even an elite. This is just normal, right? It has a skull, actually.
You have my gratitude.
If I lost you, I'd never make it out of the deep roads.
I'm sure you would find a way. If the ogre reached this point, the Legion must be overwhelmed. Let us hurry.
Okay, I think that might have been just like an elite, maybe mini-boss thing. Maybe we'll run into more of them, but I got an achievement and it dropped some epic loot, so... And more daggers, of course. Plus in magic. Our best gear that we found in this entire game are daggers. I'm not a rogue. I don't have a melee rogue on my team. And we just keep finding these awesome epic daggers. Of course. All right, I need to get my sonar going. We are Batman.
I will never get used to the stench of Darkspawn. They corrupt everything, even the air.
There's nothing up here. Anyway, that guy was super tanky. I can definitely see. Did you get past that one at least? Come here. I think these scale to your level. But even so, if you come here and you don't have the... Like, I guess if you fight that and you don't have a stun or something, you're kind of screwed, huh? Gosh, for gears and cups.
That's
Here.
the broken seal ahead. It is worse than I thought.
I can't. That's nice, at least. The Legion of the Dead. We also have our best armor, only dwarves can wear. Should have been a dwarf.
Get those charges to the tunnels!
Might not be good for the earthquakes. You find some good schematics in here too.
Someone prime the sonic fuses!
We can't lose this position! Hurry!
Can't set the charges with those bastards breathing down our necks!
The dark storm!
Solus, what are you doing? What's going on, Grimrock? Welcome in. Still okay back there now, Solus? Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, these enemies already feel a lot easier than the other DLC we did. It might get harder, but... No, that's the wrong button. They just seem like they have high health, yeah.
That's got him on their heels. Keep it up.
Got any more details on Dark Age 2? It comes out on Tuesday. That's the only details we have. It's actually kind of weird that Red Hook hasn't released a gameplay video. Is that weird? They've released screenshots, but no gameplay video, and it's less than a week away. So no, we still only have the information we had from the magazine article. I'm really surprised they haven't put out a gameplay trailer. That's a cool door if he doesn't look at explosions. Yeah, they've been posting more on Twitter like 1 week, 6 days, stuff like that, you know. But like I said, just shocked there's no gameplay trailer. And of course, 90% of the replies on those tweets are, I'm gonna pirate the game because it's on Epic. How dare you put it on Epic Game Store for early access? It's like, get out of here. Yeah, I mean, they have the 2 teaser trailers, but no gameplay trailer yet.
Meet Lieutenant Wren, a veteran of the 5th Flight and one of the Legion's finest commanders.
Someone paid her to say that. Appreciate the help, Inquisitor. Collapsing that seal bought us time. Blighters had the run of these tunnels for days. Now they have a roadblock.
How many deep roads are there? How deep do they go?
They'll take you from one side of Thetis to the other, if you have a death wish.
The roads once connected dwarven cities that were hundreds of miles apart. Then came the Darkspawn. Ren and I have been exploring this region, reclaiming it, but the work is slow.
Mark the map, fight an army. Mark the map, fall in a hole. And so on.
I think most of these people weren't around when Steam got started. This is the same. There was so much, people don't remember or either wasn't around for it, but there was so much hate towards Steam when Steam was starting up too. There was so much. I will never get Steam. I will never buy a game through Steam. I'm not having my games through a launcher. I will have DRM free. I will play my game. All right. I guarantee you 99.9% of all the people that said that about Steam now play all their, or most of their games on Steam. I can understand the Epic part with the shady crap they did. You know, like I'm not for that, so I still have a little bit of grudge against Epic. But the people that are just upset because it's another launcher or whatnot, and it was the same way with Steam. Remember when Steam was hated? Now everyone uses it. Yep. Steam DRM, so much hate. Found you from your Blood Moon Deathless, blah blah blah. Right? Guys, through to the game. That's awesome. Yeah, thank you for coming in and let me know. But I'll be playing Dark Age 2 on release on Epic next Tuesday.
I get the impression you two have known each other a while.
Yeah. The Shaper had sent her to dig up some relics. Asked me to keep her out of trouble. That was 3 years ago.
You can quit any time.
Not when we still have things to fight about.
I think there's some tension here.
We can't give the Darkspawn a chance to regroup. Let's hit them again before they mount another attack.
Normally, that would be the plan. But there is a complication.
Take cover!
Yeah, I mean, I don't like having lots of launchers either. But it also wouldn't be good for anyone if Steam had 100% of the market. Like, what? That's not going to do anyone any good. Think Steam has your best interest in mind?
The rhythm in the tremors? It's clearer, stronger, more insistent.
I hear it. Doesn't prove a thing.
These quakes are not a natural disaster. They're deliberate. There's an intelligence behind them.
Doi, thank you for the sub to Chaos. That's what I'm going to go with. Chaos. Thank you, Doi. Let's go on Riddler. Welcome in. They should release that tension.
How could an earthquake be
Have your
caused
wallet in mind.
deliberately?
Yeah, exactly.
We get plenty of natural tremors down here. These are different. She thinks she knows why.
I found an ancient text during an expedition with Ren last year. At the time, it was just a curiosity, but now... The text describes giant creatures, called Titans, living deep underground. They sing in the
He's
stone,
like,
shaping it. When these quakes began,
she crazy.
I believe we heard that rhythm. I believe a Titan is causing all this destruction.
You agree, Spectre? Yeah, that's exactly how I am. Let's go on, King Loser. Welcome in. A Titan, you say?
I've never heard of Titans before. What else can you tell me about them?
The text I found predated the First Blight. Its pages had mostly rotted away.
Mostly?
And there's no mention of the Titans in Orzamar's memories.
Which tells you something.
All I heard was an earthquake. How is it you and Ren hear a rhythm?
Our people have a strong connection to the stone. We feel it in a way topsiders cannot.
Shapers have great stone sense. And Volta's better than most. She never gets lost.
You speak of the stone like it's more than walls.
The stone is eternal. She was here before us, and remains after we die.
But the stone isn't your god.
We don't worship her, but we do respect and honor her.
The stone makes us strong, and we return that
stone.
strength to her when we die. It's difficult to express in words.
It's just strange singing is never good. I'm gonna have to go with that one. I have to know what they say.
Mysterious songs often lure people to their deaths. Or to an archdemon.
This rhythm isn't a song, exactly. It sounds like air flowing through lungs.
Air that can collapse a whole mine.
A mystery worth investigating.
In my experience, no explanation is too strange to consider.
For all we know, that text you found was a bedtime story. We can't be sure until we find the source.
The rhythm I sense in the quakes is emanating from somewhere far below. The stone will lead us there.
And if it comes to
The
a
stone.
fight, that'll be our job. There's a lift at the side passage.
I love how
nearby.
crazy dialogue sounds in a lot of these
Ready
games.
when you are.
Use the expedition table to complete unique Inquisition operations called expeditions found in this area of the Deep Roads. Expeditions do not appear on the war table in Skyhold. Another war table? Let's go on Pineapple. Start the DLC? Yeah, we're a little bit into it, not very far, maybe 15 minutes. Happy Story Day, it's back for 1 week only. Time to get stoned. Expedition table. The Deep Roads, Uncharted Abyss. Legion camp improvements. The Inquisition's efforts in the Deep Roads would greatly benefit from additional logistical support to the main Legion of the Dead camp. Additional crafting tables can be constructed and a quartermaster brought in to offer basic goods and services. Well, alright. Have built additional crafting tables and a quartermaster has come. Nice. Alright, that's all we can do with that one right now. Okay, I suppose we're gonna unlock more as we go. I would assume so. Yep. Okay. We must construct additional quartermasters. Alright. We can rest. I don't think we need to. Our potions are full. We should refill our other potions though. Bees. Never know when we'll run into that. What does it take to do these ones anyway? We need to. Oh, we're almost out of Blood Lotus. We gotta make sure. Yeah, we're about to run out. That's it. We need to keep an eye out for Blood Lotus, I guess. Actually, never heard of this game until you stumbled onto the channel. Fell in love with the gameplay. It's a really good series overall. The lore is what's
true. The king involved
really good in my opinion. I really like the world. This game doesn't get as much praise as like Origin, but this game honestly does a lot more world building and lore stuff than the other one, just because of the massive amount of content in it that you can go to and read about. This one has also made me want to read the novels that connect to the game. Wonder if there's another Turd Ferguson in this area. Can only hope. Yeah, it's a good series overall. Especially if you like, you know, high fantasy type stuff. Well, at least this lift isn't going down at the speed of light.
Oh, now we definitely will.
Slowest lift ever.
Take it emissaries are bad.
Most Darkspawn are mindless killing machines, connected by the Blight. But emissaries are intelligent and use magic.
Have to take their whole head to wipe the grin off their face. Which, fair enough, right?
Hey, how do you know about emissaries, Sarah? Or are you just guessing? I wonder if that lift is like the elevator in Mass Effect. Like we were on a lift right there, but really it was a loading screen. We're in the Darkspawn warns. The pigs. Yep.
Shrieks. It had to be shrieks.
I thought you'd be used to all kinds of darkspawn.
Everyone's got their favorites.
Am I gonna get a new record? What? Okay, I have to stop to save myself. I could have kept going. I was dying though. So basically, when you do the Whirlwind Attack, you're only supposed to be able to do it once. But I've built my character so that if we crit, it gives us some stamina and it lowers our cooldowns by a few seconds. And Whirlwind hits multiple times. It's the only move that hits like that with a two-handed weapon. And so I have enough crit that sometimes enough enemies, it just keeps resetting. Just keeps resetting. I think it reset like 10 times there. Watch Rimworld on YouTube. Down more daily uploads. Thanks to content. Yes, much more is coming. Rimworld's still probably every other day on average, but lots of stuff on the way. Thank you, Optimize. All right, we got some levels. I don't remember what we were putting our most recent in on these guys, but spin to win indeed. What were we putting these in? We actually gave him charge recently. Could upgrade that. Gore and Trample might be a good one. That'll allow Blackwall after he charges into a group. Charging through them will give him guard, which is basically armor. It's like an overshield that doesn't go away other than through damage. What is that one? Something spread by release Chevaliers. You can't be flanked by enemies, and you're less likely to be staggered when hit from the front. What? Why did I have that one? That's just a good tanking passive. Also gives him 3 Constitution. There you go, Blackwall. Sorry about that. Tom. Tom is his real name. Alright, Solus. What were we doing on you last, Solus? I could give him Fade Step. I'm a little worried how the AI will use it. Every spell you cast shortens your active cooldown times. And gives him 3 willpower. Yeah, okay, that works. I don't know how the AI will deal with the teleport. He might teleport into some danger more than out of it, so. Let's see. Leaping Shot we don't use a lot. Full Draw we've started using a bit. Explosive Shot we used quite a bit, actually. Shot for Explosive Shot fills the air and sets off deadly reactions that do more damage the more enemies are nearby. So Shot now knocks back your main target in several meters. Yeah, we'll go with Chain Direction. We still have respecs on everyone too, so. Turns out we have some trouble killing. We need to pick up a different move or something, we'll do it, but. Alright, on we go. Oh yes, I need to get my sonar going. Honestly, that's my least favorite part of this game, is having to spam this sonar button. It's like, oh, we gotta make sure I find loot. You want to do it quickly, request. Just wondering when Visage will be on YouTube. Hate VOD, constant ads. Get money from? No, I don't. I set it to upload last night. I'm just waiting for the HD version to process. So as long as the HD version is processed, it should be on there. At least the first part of it tonight. I think Mana Medan and Visage. I'll let you know, but yeah, as soon as the HD's processed, Mana Medan, Visage, and what's the other one that I have loading right now? Layers of Fear. Those 3 are all uploaded and are processing. Unlock Expedition. Recovering Barrel Treasure Operation now available. Dwarven Mugs. Pride of Nalther. The words, "Let them eat steak," are etched into the side of this well-worn tankard. I don't eat steak. Soon's all you know. Missed a lot of the Visage you wanted to watch. Visage was the best one we played this year. I won't spoil any. You know what? I won't even say. I won't say anything. I don't think it would have been a spoiler, but I was going to see something about the chapters in Visage. But I'll wait, because I don't want you to go in with any preconceived notion of my feelings toward them. I want it to impact your watch. 20 page from a journal. Stoneblind cog. They chanted. Their grubby fingers pushed my face into the ground, scraped the flesh from my ear, spilled blood. 2 thumbs made black spots in my vision. Their voices were loud, so loud, but I hear her the loudest, the stone. When they left me in the quiet dark, she remained. Her soft lullaby told me of a way I could return, a song of my own. Filled with mother's love, I gathered singing stone by hand. They said it would poison me, but mother would never do that. Not to her son. Within the melody are secrets meant only for me. Was he eating lyrium?
To an exiled dwarf. He was experimenting with raw lyrium.
Dwarves and lyrium don't go well together. Dwarves are non-magical creatures in general. I got a feeling we're gonna find that guy. I'm not sure he's gonna be in good shape when we do. Anything else in here? Use my sonar because I'm a bat. Yeah, this is so. If you play Dragon Age Inquisition, I kind of wish I had done this. There's two things I would suggest. Mods that I would get. One, mod it so you don't need to do this. It's actually ridiculous. So in order to find stuff in the game, you have to press this button, the sonar button. And to make sure you don't miss anything, you basically need to walk around spamming this. And it's pretty tedious to do, even if you put it on an easily accessible button. But there's a mod to make it so you just don't need to. You can just see loot without having to do that. I probably should have done that, but I didn't know. The second one I would suggest is to make the war table a little bit faster. If you are playing the game, so it's real-time hours. If you're playing the game pretty frequently, you don't want some of the war table stuff to take like 36 hours to complete, you know? It's like, oh yeah, we'll go talk to them and unlock this quest. We'll see you in 36 hours. It's like, really? 36 hours?
This door. There's something strange about it. Looks like our construction, but...
It's missing gears.
We have to find them. It's our only way through.
Requires 3 scorched ancient gears. All right, we got 1. We need 3. Let's follow the left wall. Age games have some unofficial final patch to fix a lot of issues. Yeah. I really should have used one, but I am using 1 now. I am using something to make
This gear is warm to the touch.
war table half
I don't recognize that metal.
the required
We should
duration.
only need 1 more.
So Newton. Is there a map to this place? Yeah, there is. Okay. Wow. Reminds me of so that's a kind of dark spot, but it reminds me of that first scene in what was it? Lost World, right? The Lost World of Jurassic Park. Where the rich family stop on that random island. What is it? Nublar? Island Nublar? Did I play Diablo 2? I've been playing it here and there off stream when I have a little bit of time, yeah. I used to play it a lot, but I haven't streamed any though. It eats the daughter. Yeah. The little ones eat the daughter. Hulk's journal. A blood-spattered page from a journal. The song is soft, but hard to crack. I hear the words. I can even taste them, but I cannot say them. Maybe Mother needs me to remove my teeth. Whoa, Kolg. I thought Horror Week was over. Builder's Towers. The words on every page in this book have been crossed out. Spidery scribbled notes fill the margins. Builder's Towers. Such an old game. Not just for children, no. Big cannot cover small. Left moves right. Piece by piece. They'll never know. They'll never find what happens when the towers move. I found it, but I have no need of it anymore. Do we need to remember this? Big cannot cover small. Left moves right. Sounds like that might be important. Solve the puzzle. Okay, look, it will be. It's for the puzzle, yeah. It's down here.
Ren, I'm sorry about Bernat. You served with him a long time.
It was quick. And Bernat returned to the stone with honor. We should all be so lucky.
It's one of
It's
these.
all right to be upset.
I'm too old to be upset.
Hey, they have apes do this, you know? So, I'm an ape. Oh, we can only put one up there at a time. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So... Wait. So, no, stop. I just hit the wrong button. Did it say that, so which left? Big cannot cover small. Left moves right, piece by piece. All right, left moves right. Hey, let's do this. Adam, smash. I'm just trying to click it. Would you settle down? For God's sake. It's not my fault. Same buttons, hit things. So I need to move the big one over. All right. And only one can go up there at a time. Is there any way to reset this? So we're going to 5-axis robot solve this by himself. 5 pieces stacked. Puzzle makes you nostalgic. I've done one of these a long time ago. All right, big can't cover small. I kind of want to reset it. All right, it's reset. Such DLC for this when the game already was so large, right? It's crazy. How many DLCs are there? 3? 3? Okay. I'm supposed to put them all in that one, though. Why was I put them all in the middle? I need to go to bed. I was like, I got this. Now I just need to do that to the right instead. Let's see. I don't know why I did it that way. Who knows? Who knows? There we go. I don't know why I was putting him in the middle.
Secrets behind such madness.
Skyrim in the days working through the riddles. Spare ring of armor penetration, 20% armor pin. Pretty good. Bianca schematic. Alright, complete. Yeah, it does make it a lot easier since you can put one on the side. The traditional one with the you always see like apes and crows and things solving. There's no like leave one off. You have to go only between the pegs. And this area is stunnable. Okay. But not pullable. Now you know what 8 crows. That's loud. 8 crows and I have in common. That's right. So emissaries are stunnable, which is a pretty big deal. A lot of the enemies like that are not stunnable, so we can just crowd control, hopefully. All right, there's a third gear.
These odd gears. Let's head back to the door.
I don't know what that's doing, if anything, but there's obviously something in here. Maybe I need them all lit instead. Hang on, let's check over in this area first, see what there is. Let's just loop around. Alright, that just loops around, okay. Back in! Out of the way, Dwarf! Oh my god, Solus, Dwarf. He has a name. What's his name? Rin or something? You hated the body block in this game? Yeah, speaking of Diablo 2, I wish they had changed that. It does get annoying. The biggest perpetrator in Diablo 2 of that was always in the maggot layer. If you're playing with other people in those maggot tunnels and you cannot walk by someone and someone just goes AFK and just stops moving. Maybe they're looting. I don't know. You're like, holy Christ, just move. Alright, let's take a look here. The maggot layer. Stop playing with Dark or Diablo 2, you have to pick it back up. So if I like this one, what happens? And then if I like this one, what happens? All right. Belt of Sunder. I don't even see loot in the other ones. Oh, that was it. Really? All right. Light the left one, light the right one. The beacons are lit. Gondor calls for aid. My wife already knows this. However, yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before when we were eating? It was the day before. I was like, man, you know, I don't know why I brought it up. I was like, my favorite movie is the Lord of the Rings trilogy. She's like, your favorite movie is the trilogy? And I was like, yes. Gates of Segrema. Elaborate hand-carved stamps have formed the smudged ink letters on this parchment into a symmetrical pattern. I obeyed the Creator. My tasks are clear. Commands will be fulfilled. Barriers. Divisions to conquer. Mazes. Prisons to redeem. Carvings. Wounds to heal. My 3 sacred duties. I must not fail. Doubt is my companion. Write down the questions. Hope to learn answers. Who weaves the sigil? What does it summon? How does it trigger? The Creator knows everything, but still I ask, why am I chosen? The beacons are lit, fam. Trilogy is one movie. If you watch it, yeah, isn't like all 3 of the extended versions? Doesn't that end up being like almost 12 hours? If you had a 6-disc DVD player, you could watch them all continuously. You've done that. I used to watch them all the time. We did it.
It's open. Keep any gears we find.
Whoa, Sarah, what are you doing?
More. And if we don't, I want to study them. Whatever they're made of wasn't mine down here.
Hey, Blackwall, if you could do some tanking, pull some things off of me. It's always the tanks or the healer's fault, right? It's not my fault I'm pulling threat. Going in balls to the wall. Might try Dragon Age Trilogy in one sitting. Oh, yeah, right. I've done it a few times, usually drunk by Return of the King, though. Mysticism and such texts are like drugs to you. Give you a high.
The rhythm of the tremors, it echoes through the stone. This way.
I charge into the enemy first. I start using the highest damage move I have. I chain like 5 of them together, and then I gripe at Blackwall. The enemy's attacking me instead of him. Come on, Blackwall, do your job. Why should I have to drink a potion? Darkspawn warrens. There better not be pigs down here.
Another strange door. Who put these here? And why?
This one uses a different kind of gear from the others.
We don't have to open it. My stone sense leads the other way.
We don't have to open
Though
it?
I am curious
Well,
to
now I'm
see the
100%
inside.
opening it.
You always are.
So the hand stamping letters on this parchment are hastily smeared over each other. Only the following words are eligible. Or legible, rather. Eligible. The creator provides tools. Burning wheels, lower gates. I break the lines. Forge the broken sigil. Lock the way behind. Claws raking the door. Scatter all the keys. Did William Shatner write this? What trails my steps? It does not matter. There is only forward. Read such things randomly, like watch your streams. Signposts a direction to move towards.
That scar on your nose is new.
Yeah. Fell out of bed.
You sleep on the ground.
Surprised me too.
Let's go with Scott. We'll come in. Oh, we haven't seen a Revenant in a long time. Get over here. Woo. My guard fell off. $27. Yeah, we're playing on the hardest difficulty, yeah. Yep. These guys are super damage sponge. I leveled up. I don't remember where I was putting my points in either, but we'll check it. Chugged a few potions there. Alright, let's see here. What was I putting points in? I basically don't want any more active skills. I use all the ones we have quite a bit. So we're just looking for passives, upgrades that I'm already using. Maybe some like situational things. Combat roll seems really good. It costs no stamina. Why didn't I ever realize it costs no stamina? What? Combat roll seems so good. Can I have another slot? I use all these. Love the nightmare HP scaling. So much health. Roll seems like stupid good though. That passive doesn't really help us. Well, it shouldn't help us that much, but we get extra constitution and armor bonus from adamant, plus it has my name in it, so I should probably get it. Yeah, like I said, passives right now, stuff like that. Yeah, we'll do it. Maybe I'll take a little less damage when I pull aggro, which we know is going to happen. Warden Idles's diary? I've never had a diary before. The wardens kept me too busy. But now I'm dying, and there's no one to talk to. I'm alone with the music in my head growing louder. Is this a song of horror? I always wondered how wardens knew when they heard the calling. I asked Liam once, after too many drinks. You'll know, he said. And I did. At first it was just a whisper, a creak in the door hinge I could put off oiling. But soon all I could hear was the music. It was there when I swung my staff and wiped the sweat from my brow. It lingered in... Is it Liam? Lime? Liam's daughter and stalked my dreams. I can't explain the sound, the song, but I knew. It's a poison that grows in the mind and consumes the body. I came here to die. In death, sacrifice. But I won't go quietly. I cut through the Darkspawn horde, expecting to find only more of them the deeper I traveled, but nothing has matched my expectations. Deep roads brought to mind Darkspawn, Dwarven ruins, caverns, and death. There's an entire underground world here. Just today I came across plants with lyrium-streaked veins. I took a bath in a lake that held crisp, fresh water and cautious animals, large and small, that I'd never seen before. I can't be the first warden to witness such wonders. I was distracted by the curiosities yesterday. Was it yesterday? I let my guard down, got comfortable, easy to do when you know death is inevitable. But then I stumbled across something horrible. I smelled it before I saw it. Bodies, hurlocks, ginlocks, creatures I didn't recognize, hundreds of them, mutilated, tortured, and thrown into pits. I ran, didn't see the hole, can't move my legs. They look like they should hurt, but I can't feel it. The music's too loud, the hunger too strong. I can still crawl. I don't want to die like this. Let's go in. Fort, welcome in. Back to the pit. That's interesting. Wonder what she saw. Sketch of the deep roads. Okay, so there's gonna be like a broken bridge area, and there's a treasure down below that. I'm sure we'll find that.
This Grey Warden had a map. Could be important.
10 cunning. What is Sarah wearing? What you wearing, Sarah? What you got on? She's already wearing a 10 cunning one. Great. Can't she wear more than one necklace? Those things with these games are always funny. It's like everyone wears the same size clothing. Lucky us. Boots are one size fit all, thank goodness. Also, you can only wear one ring on each hand. Only one amulet, one necklace. You don't want to be out there looking like Mr. T. Alright. A lot of people not knowing why or where she was headed. It's dead end. Yeah, so for anyone that doesn't know the initial song they're talking about, so that was a Grey Warden, not a dwarf note there. The Grey Wardens, to become Grey Wardens, they drink the blood of the Darkspawn. They basically are in kind of a, I guess you could call it kind of possessed a little bit by them. And it's going to keep growing. The this connection to the Darkspawn over their life is going to keep growing. And they'll have dreams and stuff, and eventually they hear this song. And what the game lore tells you in most places is that it is you're connecting to an archdemon. Basically one of the lead demons, a dragon, a corrupted dragon, which used to be considered gods that are underground. And it's drawing you to it, and it will drive you crazy and eventually to your death. And so that's the sign that, oh, I guess it's time for me to go fight in the deep roads. Is that too shielded, Alphas? Stop playing because it was so big with so much to do. You got overwhelmed. Yeah, a lot of people have told me that, Swag. We were like 150 hours in almost. Pity the fool. All right. Are those elites? They're not. Okay. Almost 150 hours in.
Kill Darkspawn like you've been doing it your whole life, Inquisitor.
He means that as a compliment.
You're famous, even down here. Is it true you killed a dragon?
Many dragons, yes, lots.
I have. It was quite the battle.
I can't even imagine. Tell me about their teeth. I've heard they don't all breathe fire, and their scales have different colors and patterns.
Careful, Ren. I believe you're true.
Yeah, my advice if anyone starts this game is get out of Hinterlands. Hinterlands is the first zone, and it's over like 40 hours by itself. Hinterlands is huge. So I would say take breaks from Hinterlands. Like, do some quests there, and then go check out the Storm Coast. Do a little bit of the Storm Coast, go back to the Hinterlands. Like, bounce between zones. Makes it a lot more bearable, I think. Yep, alright. cool. That's apparently not what I was supposed to do to get that. Did you get out of the way, Dwarf? Holy crap, that guy just killed Sarah. I can't move him either. He's not part of our party. He's NPC. All right. Yeah, you can't even do everything in the hinterlands the first time you're there, yeah. Can't believe that guy killed Sarah. He did it again! I think that was Solus that time. God. Joining boy, welcome in. Well, there went a lot of our potions. We have 2 potions because of that. I need to use one of these, I suppose, at some point. We'll save it. Save it. Spiders. I'm flying. Burn it down. Burn down the mountain. It's not even a mountain. We're just underground. Burn the entire world. What are you guys doing over there in the corner? Who knows? You guys having fun over there? Oh, I think there's an enemy. Yeah. I thought it was in the wall. Yeah. There it is. Another ogre. God. We fought one of those earlier and it wasn't hard to kill, but it was so tanky. There was nothing with the one earlier we fought though. This one might have. Friends. Excuse me, I need someone to stun it. I have the stun. Do you have a stun? Oh Lord, he might not have one. Okay. What? Blackwall, for God's sake, get the ogre.
Falling back.
Well, crap. Where's Sarah? I mean, I know she's dead, but she's dead way up here. Okay. Alright, so let's get up. You've napped long enough. Tom, do something! That's right. So. Well, he's finally tanking everything. I ended up having to use my special, which kind of sucks. I wanted to save that for whatever boss we run into, but... So much health. Alright, well, now we're out of potions, so might end up having to go back to the old campsite. Darkspawn teeth. Fantastic. The bone. I didn't get a chance to look at the bone. There was a gear up there in the fire. Solus, for God's sake. You should be able to walk through your teammates if you're not in combat. That'd be nice. Investigate the corpse. Yeah, I think I'll go check out the scenery first.
Look at that, Ren. Could this be Hedron?
There's the
all over it.
the map.
You can see their torches.
We're getting close to
There's
something.
treasure down there.
Aye. The fight of our lives.
Hedron Tig, a letter to Merchant Levnog, predating the first blight. How do these letters survive? That's what I want to know. The first blight was a long time ago. Levnog, more of the brand refuse to make the journey to Hedron Tig. If I pronounced that right. Rumors of the incident has spread, and no amount of coin or beatings could persuade them. I asked Miner Vasov to send the Isana shipment with his own crew, but have yet to receive a reply or inquired if anyone else had heard from their Hedron contacts. Nothing. I worry that it has something to do with those creatures that wear the faces of the dead. Apparently the king himself is leading a troop of warriors to check on the situation. Needless to say, the shipment will be late. I just hope it arrives at all. My God. There are jungle birds down here. That's gonna be a fast travel spot. That's kind of nice. Mini boss. Loot. Sure, it's something amazing. Oh yeah, 3 white items. Nice.
There's nothing left of them. Can't even tell who they were.
I'm sorry, Ren.
You join the Legion knowing you're already dead. You don't fear the killing blow. We rest in the stone and pass our strength back to her. That's our reward. But the Darkspawn defiled these soldiers. They can't return to the stone. They'd only weaken her.
There must be some way to lay them to rest with honor.
We can burn the remains.
Aye. That's all we can do.
Poor dwarfs. Yes, I'm aware that they're low health. Thank you. Play some random game like City Skylines. It's about nothing. Play a game like this about being a archdemon. All the way through the game, you learn about it. Get closer to it. You learn about demons. Not how to casually build cities. Are you attracted to evil? A little bit, yeah. A little bit. Hey, a resupply. Hooray. I don't have to go back to camp. Yeah, I just chug all those. That's why I got it. Yep. There was this area we didn't go to. Maybe I want to go all the way back there. Maybe. Maybe. I guess I might as well while we're here, you know? It's a long way back. But hey, maybe we'll finally get an epic two-handed weapon to replace my current one, you know? So there's where the treasure is we saw on that map. Pretty sure we're not gonna get down there right now. But eventually, don't push me off. All right, let's go back on that path that we didn't go on. Yeah. Might as well. Can't use my horse in here. This is big enough for a horse. I didn't check over here either. I can't read those books? Alright. Oh, Blackwall, get out of my way. Good news is we can fast travel back up here, so we'll go check that spot and we'll just fast travel back here. Gotta keep my sonar going. Really is a silly mechanic. Doesn't mean, basically, to make sure you don't miss anything, just spam it. But if you're spamming it, it's gonna show you everything anyway. So then why wouldn't they just leave, let it be that you can just see them without scan? I don't know. And there's no like lore reason for it either. It's not like they tell you that you have some kind of weird Inquisition senses. Crazy, 19 months. Stupid Prime sub messed up your streak. It would be nice if they allowed you to set the Twitch Prime to re-up on its own, but they won't. They won't. They would lose money that way. Crazy with a resub. 19 months. That's a long time. That's almost one entire full calendar year. Thank you, Grace. So there was another spot from here.
Did that messenger who came through camp have any news about Orzammar? The food shortage?
More riots. There's unrest from Dust Town to the dining quarters.
Can't have
I don't want to know. Thank you, Dino, dude.
I made sure your mother and brother.
That wasn't necessary.
If I missed something, it's okay.
You're welcome.
I did it. Glad I went back here. I mean, maybe like at the end, if I have. My Inquisition senses are tingling. That's right. A mug. 2 of 10. Wraith blood. Apparently this mug once belonged to someone named Amrun. Amy. I'm gonna go with Amy. Apparently I tried to pull that mushroom to me. All right. On we go. I still need to play Miles. So, I noticed that, I don't know if Sony's gonna do it, but the Xbox, the newest Xbox, they're finally putting them in brick and mortar stores instead of having them be online order only kind of things. I don't want an Xbox, but I was at Walmart and we were just grocery shopping and stuff, and then I looked in the electronics section just to see, and there was like 20 of them. They just had tons of them. I was like, when's Sony gonna start doing that with the PlayStation? Alright, let's go. But anyway, that reminds me of Miles Morales. Still need to play that. Oh my god, I don't even have Spider-Man up on the YouTube channel yet.
Keep your mouth closed when fighting Darkspawn. Their blood's poison.
Thanks for the warning.
There was this Carter boy, Vaughn, who joined the Legion around the same time I did. Fast with daggers. Could poke 50 holes in a Hurlock before the Blighter knew what happened. Daggers are messy. Vaughn swallowed some spatter. Took him 3 days to die.
Even the band high to November or so. Get that Christmas money. Demon's Souls, yeah. Demon's Souls is the only From Software game I haven't played. I like all those games. I am blind to Demon's Souls. I don't know any of the bosses. I know nothing. So I'm really looking forward to playing that as well. Of course, the new God of War.
Lost a good soldier in the roads once. She fell down a hole. Found her 3 days later.
He loves this story.
She spent a whole day telling us all the strange things she saw while lost. A golden longboat floating in the air. Packs of hairless children hunting nugs. A giant skeleton on a throne.
Was it true?
Never found out. She woke up the next day. Couldn't remember any of it.
No, I won't go mage. I never go mages in those games. It's not my preference. But I'll play through it blindly when I get one. As I did with all of them. My first playthrough, even though it makes it harder in most of those games, is always melee. There, guys, Wasteland 3, think about how you think of XCOM as a game type. Man. I talk to my wife about it all the time. I was like, you know, I really wish that I could just play whatever on the street. I mean, technically I could. Technically. But I can't really, right? But I would like to just play whatever I want, whenever I want. And that's the ultimate goal, you know? And still be able to support the family. But if I play, like, stuff like this all the time, we would not be able to, like, live in our house, you know? But maybe someday we'll get to that where I can just play variety and still support the family. And then, you know, maybe stick to a game for a couple months at a time if it's really something awesome. But yeah, Wasteland is definitely one of those that I really want to play. I have it too. How do I categorize XCOM as far as like what kind of game I would call it, or like how much I like it? I'll just answer both of those. So it is a squad-based tactics game for me. Squad-based tactics. That's what I call it.
This matches what's on the Grey Warden's map. Time to look around.
And I really like XCOM. XCOM 2, War of the Chosen. It's one of my favorite things to play. Looked really nice. Also really just like turn-based combat. Really. Around for more than just one game by now? Yeah, and I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't want to sell you guys short or anything like that. I very much appreciate people that are here for variety. But I also understand when people are only here for a certain game. I mean, be a little hypocritical of me because there are streams that I only go to for one game, you know? or one genre. But at the moment, variety is not enough to pay the bills. All right, well. I like the Wasteland. I've never played any of them, yeah. But I have the third one. The Wasteland 3, same squad-based tactics game. Tons of choices and consequence. And I know Katie, previously Gruntwork, was sure I would really like Wastelands 3 also. And gave me the key as soon as the game was out. I just haven't been able to play it. One-handed sword, crit damage, stagger on hit, and strength. Five guard on hit. No, I'm just trying to click on a portrait. Thank you. What is he currently wearing? 261, 3 guard on hit, guard damage bonus, constitution. His is better. Really rewards and punishes you for choices. It's great. Yeah, it sounds like something I would absolutely want to play. Crap. My character just chugged potions because I was on Blackwall. That was the treasure. Apparently we just get one-handed melee weapons. That's it. Yeah, I do like turn-based combat a lot. The thing is, it's funny, some of you have heard me say this before, but we were for a while, the first Sunday of the month, I was going through and I was just playing, I would go through my Steam list of games and indie games and whatnot that I owned, and I would just play a ton of them, like for about an hour each. And then at the end of it, I would give, like, chat would give their thoughts on the game, I give my thoughts on it. And after almost every game, I'd be like, oh, you know what? I just really like 2D platformers. I just really like 2D platformers. So this game is really fun. It's the kind of game that I like. And then we play the next one. It would be a first-person shooter. I'll be like, I just really like first-person shooters. First-person shooters are a game genre that I don't get to play much on stream, but I really like it. And then we try out like a fighting game. It was like, you know what? I just really like fighting games. And then I think it was Inspector actually was here. It was like, Adam, I think you just like video games. And I was like, you know, I think I do. So I like all kinds of genres of games. That was you, yeah. Which is kind of, it's one of those, it's a nice problem to have, but sometimes I wish, like, I didn't. Like, there was just a genre I liked. It would make choices so much easier. It's kind of like when I was trying to figure out what to do in college. Like, I was really jealous of those people that were, like, laser focused. Like, their entire life, let's say they wanted to be a veterinarian or something, right? And their entire life, middle school, high school, whatever, college, nothing else. They didn't want to do anything else. It's veterinarian. And that's what they're going to go to school for. They already know. For me, there was, like, 10 different things that I wanted to do. I wanted to be, like, everything. And so trying to decide on one thing was, like, very, very difficult. World's tougher when you have a lot of interest, yeah. Multiple doors. So I ended up, like, I could not decide on something until, like, the last moment before I started college. And I didn't use what I went to school for anyway. So.
Here's something.
The Gates of Segrema. These hand-stamped smudged ink letters are barely legible, overlapping each other in tight spirals on the parchment. Redemption should follow sacrifice. The Creator promised me. I end without hope. Every command a lie. Each task a trap. Divided, I am conquered. The sigil breaks me. Close off that laser focus. Yeah, but I guess they don't care, right? They only have that one passion as far as when it comes to career. And so that single-minded fury to get and excel at what they like.
A lost caravan. It may have been down here for centuries. I wonder if anything's left.
Well, they had one of these magical gears. All right, let's see what kind of loot we got here. flanking damage bonus.
These goods are amazingly well preserved.
It's really nice. Never see the opportunity cost. Yeah. Started out in an accounting program, ended up in the IT fields. The bone. We got 2 bones. 10% stagger on being hit. Not great loot in here so far, honestly. I don't know if this is set loot. I've always wondered about that in this case. Some of the loot is absolutely guaranteed from certain things. Like it makes sense that it's there and you're supposed to get it, whatever. But I'm wondering if some of it is like randomized. I know some enemy drops are randomized for sure. Look at what? The door? I'm looking at it. But I wonder, like, those chests, do those always have the same thing? Do we get... Have I just been really unlucky to get, like, 15 epic daggers, but only, like, 1 epic two-handed weapon in the last 100 hours? The words on this torn parchment are handwritten in ink as rusty as dry blood. Terrible. To sacrifice one's own child with a lie. I prayed on perfectly trusting faith, but how could I explain my desperation? The deep roads wind in deceitful spirals, concealing the sigil from casual observance. I could not discern its true pattern until I stood in the fade and gazed down upon the vast malevolent engraving. Who's this by? Its artist remains unknown, but its horrifying intent was all too clear, as is my necessity. I only wish it was had not cost you my only child. Only wish it had not cost you my only child. There's a comma there, by the way. I could not build the locked barriers that would carve the marks and break the sigil. You alone could save us all, but only by destroying yourself, and I let you do it. Forgive me. The rest of the text is illegible, Adam. I don't know why I wanted to say a different word there so badly. It's illegible. Scratches. The lines and swirls form a disturbing pattern I've stared at for too long. And I wonder who this... The Fade. So doors... Oh, that's weird. I wonder who wrote that. First time here from the Transhumanist run. Planning on starting another one sometime soon? No, I'm not. We're on a break from RimWorld. I'm not sure when the next... So RimWorld is currently a YouTube only thing. Wednesdays we do Dragon Age, and Darkest Dungeon 2 is coming out in less than a week. And I'll be switching over to Darkest Dungeon 2. Between now and then we'll probably play some Darkest Dungeon 1. But yeah, for right now, RimWorld is only a YouTube thing. Sure, we'll be back to it someday, but it's gonna be a little bit, unless Darkest Dungeon 2 is just god awful, which I hope not. But if it is, we might be back sooner than later. Level 4 bow schematic. What if that's better than Sarah's? There are enemies back here. Yep, no problem. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. Let's not consider we're in that timeline. I'm worried about it, but hopefully it's good. Blackwall, I need you to get this guy. Yeah, I'll be streaming on Tuesday yet. Yeah, I'm taking Sunday, Monday off this week instead. My daughter's birthday is on Sunday, so then I'll take Monday off as my normal day off, and then I'll be streaming Tuesday with Darkest Dungeon 2.
A few years back. Left a nasty scar.
How'd you get away?
Kicked her with the other leg. Seriously, keep your guard up. They'll use your tongue as jewelry.
I'll remember that.
They are surprisingly never out of breath after combat, you know? Wait, can I go that way? Let's check that way before we get further in. They're never out of breath. We just finished that. I was spinning around like a friggin' ballerina. As soon as it ends, we're just having a normal conversation. Just pretty sure I'll be gasping for air. gear. Maybe this is the way I'm supposed to go, though, right? That was a gear door. I see this down here. Whatever. All right, I'm gonna go this way. Let's go in, Jim. Welcome in. Big lick. What was that?
I've heard encouraging things about your progress topside. That you're bringing order to the chaos.
That's what they tell me.
We could use that down here.
What is that? Oh, it's an alpha. Okay. So in Dunk Star, welcome in. Oh, what's that? What's fighting back there? Hey, hey, hey. Enjoying Dragon Age? I'm enjoying it pretty well. I'm kind of ready to be done with it because we've been playing it for a year. But we're pretty deep into it now, so we're gonna finish it off. Well, we've probably only played it on average like once every 2 weeks, so. I wish it wouldn't pop me up in the air like that sometimes. And we just ate up all of our potions. Oh, probably one. Must be super completionist for a year. Well, there's also that, yeah. But we only do story day like once a week, but we've also had lots of breaks for other events and things. So, but yeah, I do everything. I do all the side quests, all the main quests, read all the lore, all the books, all the codex, everything. We do everything. You will live. And I can't believe we wasted so many potions there. That should have been an easy fight. But Solus and Sarah, I didn't know that there was going to be spiders falling down back there. Yeah, not our typical game. Not very popular on the stream either. But that's alright. We'll get through it. We're almost through. All we got left is this DLC, the final quest, and the epilogue DLC. I was in the Matrix for a second. I can see the code. Another 2 months? Hopefully not. We'll see, though. If we don't finish it this week, then it won't be finished this year. So it's probably either this week or 2022, yeah. Let's just loops to where we were. Yeah. It loops to where we were, but we got a lot more gears out of it. There was also a little side tunnel I don't think we went down. So we'll check. Yeah, Sarah, I know. Yeah, Darkest Dungeon 2 starts on Tuesday. As long as it's not just crap, we'll be playing that for quite a long time. And then, depending on how things are in December, I gotta decide whether we're gonna do what I usually do in December. I would like to, but if Darkest Dungeon 2 is good, we'll probably be playing that through December also. Thanks, Inspector. Share your preemptive concerns. Yeah, and I know, you know, I don't mean it in necessarily a negative way, but there's gonna be a lot of people that no matter how it is, they're just gonna. And you know what? I hope they actually enjoy the game. But I feel like there's gonna be a lot of people that are just gonna overlook any negatives just because they're like super fanboy of it. And I mean, I'm a huge Darkest Dungeon fan, obviously. I don't think. I mean, the stream probably wouldn't be what it is now without Darkest Dungeon, right? Like, I wouldn't be able to have made this a career. Probably, it definitely helps. But if the game is terrible, I'm gonna let you know how I feel about it. You know, if I don't like it, if I think it's terrible, but I feel like some people are just gonna praise it no matter what. But I am worried about it. What is that? Can I jump down there? Huh. I can jump down there. But should I? I don't know if I should or not, but I'm going to. What should turn out that the other way just led here anyway? It's fine. Superior Potions Belt. God, I think that's what's gonna happen. Another Dwarven mug. Brandon's custom mix. The mug bears the inscription 5 minutes here is 15 minutes there. What's up here? Another gear. Okay. My party has abandoned me. This isn't a door, okay. I wonder if you'll still be able to name the characters in Darkest Dungeon 2. Hopefully. Unlock an expedition. Deep Roads Expeditions, Hydron Tig Center, or Central Bridge, operation available. Yeah, we're gonna have to come back. Alright, so there is a camp that we're gonna unlock at some point here. Man, it's gonna be quite a bit of exploring. I think we're gonna be here most of the day. Whoa. It loops around. I used our last potion for no reason. Took a bunch of fall damage. It's alright. It's okay. Feels like I should probably work our way towards that camp, but nah, we gotta go in there. It's dead. You can stop swinging. Another gear door. Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's kind of funny thinking, like, I was talking about, is this Song of Horror? You could actually take this exact zone, and change, like, the enemies in it, and make it so there's only one character, have these puzzles in here, and just plug it in a horror game, and it would fit right in. Well, because it's not part of a horror game, it doesn't feel like spooky at all or anything. Oh yeah, and change it to first person. Gotta do that. Put some like Cthulhu-esque reliefs and stuff in here. Done. Lovecraftian, some people like to say. Kolg's journal. Pull a page from a journal. Mother holds me when I sleep, warm, so warm. Her rhythm flows through my throat, burning until the miners and their fat, cruel hands are a distant memory. Kolg is memory. I am the sun. The words come in waves. I will drown in them for her. The music over Nickelback too. The phonograph. Glowing axe like a barbarian on kick probably helps.
Looks like his results were inconclusive.
That also does help, yeah. I'm thinking about doing a short recap video of the horror games before never done anything like that. I don't know how watched it will be, but I thought about doing one while they're still fresh in my mind. Like, all right, these are the games we played this year. This is what I thought of them really quick, non-spoilery. Here's what I thought, and then here's a little spoilery why I felt that way. Maybe it'll like point people towards the ones that are the better, I think, to watch, but also maybe to play themselves. Oh god, there's an emissary in there. We have no potions. Sure, it's fine.
Big one.
We need to go deeper.
I've seen bigger.
The only way down from here is falling. Not keen on that.
I tried to crouch. Streamers a little bit. Or just people that like want to maybe watch one of them from the playlist. So I've been putting them in order, but they're not in order of which ones are the best, right? So if you go in order, the first one is Moons of Madness. So someone that's coming into the playlist for the horror games might watch Moons of Madness first and be like, all right, yeah, I'm done with these, and just not watch any of them, even though there's some other ones that are really good playthroughs. Remothered gets a 10 of 10. The scale doesn't go high enough for Remothered yet. Yeah. Alright. 1 HP, we're good. Video recommending horror games you've played and those responded well. Got it out pretty quick. Get traction in Halloween stream. Yeah, I don't know how people would find it. But yeah, that's an interesting point too. I didn't even think about it towards as being helpful for other streamers, yeah. I have to come back. Because these might connect, just like the other ones. But if you want to know, like, just a very short, condensed version, Visage was really good. However, there was a disparity on which chapters were like the quality of the chapters, I'll say. I'm trying not to spoil anything. The other thing that kind of sucks about Visage is there feels like there's one main part of Visage. Again, I'm trying not to spoil anything. One main part of Visage that is very important, that there seems like there could be a lot of story behind that you get just a fraction of. And I was like, well, maybe I missed some things with it. And I looked it up. Turns out that was going to be an extra chapter, but because the game didn't hit its Kickstarter goal to get that chapter, the chapter doesn't exist. And it's a pretty important character, and that bothers me a bit. Like, that kind of sucks. Hopefully they make a Visage 2, or maybe they're able to make another chapter as a paid DLC, but it feels pretty bad that that was the case. I feel like I need to go back there. The game is good. I think it's the best one as far as actual horror that we played. If I were to divide the chapters up, one of the chapters alone is actually probably the best horror that we played this year. And one of them is kind of not great. So Visage definitely the best overall from just a scary standpoint. I actually ended up liking Murder House quite a bit. I see that Dan and Co, I think Co was doing it today, are also playing it. So Murder House was actually surprisingly good. It's a short game, only like 3 hours. Song of Horror was good, although it suffers from a few things. Again, some of the chapters are way better than others. Song of Horror. Some of them are way longer than others. Some of them are really drawn out. The ending is kind of, again, not going to spoil it, but the ending is kind of not a great one. There's a lot of backtracking in the game, so, and some of the chapters, so that gets kind of old. Song of Horror overall was pretty decent though, and was a more unique kind of horror story. Those are probably my 3 big picks. Man of Medan was alright, but it suffers from the fact that Until Dawn was so good. Man of Medan was fine, but it was not as good as Until Dawn. Until Dawn was the predecessor in that anthology, right? So I'm gonna go down that other tunnel before we go to where the quest spot is. For everything you go through in the course of the rest of the game. For Song of Horror, yeah, I'm trying not to, all right, a slight spoiler. I'm not gonna tell you what happens at the end of Song of Horror, but a slight spoiler. So if you don't want any spoilers for Song of Horror, then mute it until I give you a thumbs up or something. All right, it's probably long enough. So my problem with the Song of Horror ending is that it means that it doesn't matter. Nothing you did matters. And that's okay in some games, but in this one it feels kind of like BS. So your character, the people that you have survived, all this stuff, it doesn't matter. It's completely pointless. So it feels like why did I do this? Like why did I do all these things? Like, and I know a lot of horror games at the end is like it's an inevitable fate, right? But for some reason it feels even more so in Song of Horror. It feels like, all right, well, Daniel was literally already screwed on the first scene. Does that not connect through? I'm gonna check. Anyway, slight spoiler, I suppose, but spoiler over. Yeah, I don't know if that connects through actually. Looks like that's solid. I think this actually just blocks the way. All right. Maybe I'll try it anyway though. I'm almost dead. What's the worst that can happen? Oh wait, never mind. We did go this part of it. It does connect. How's it going, Ash? How's it going today? Pretty good. Working on Dragon Age for the 12th month in a row. I really can't walk up that. there is a door over here. What do you know? You hate the endings that are... Yeah, to be... at least it wasn't that. But yeah, those endings are annoying too. In books too. Books are bad about that. They go through all this stuff and they wake up and their wife is back alive and everything is good and they're like, oh man, that was a warning. I'm gonna live my life differently. It's like... Rewards coming to PC. January 14th. Ooh. Give me a reason to replay God of War. Nice. Out of the way. Oh, and with this new graphics card, that's gonna look nice. I was just talking earlier about that being one of my favorite games ever. Alright, so it does end up looping around, so it was just that little flag spot was the only... Yeah, alright. On we go. It was all a dream. Let's go on Aspen, welcome in. I have so little health.
Darkspawn are getting worse. Let's be close to the nest.
That explains what I said.
Is your loan out to your other team done yet, Aspen? Do you know when that's up? I know you haven't complained about it in a few days, so maybe it's already up. Game of PlayStation 4, you played some of it, never finished it. It was so good. Like I said, one of my favorite games ever. Like a lot of times when I say that about games, like newer games, I often preface it with one of my favorite modern games, but because it's hard to compete with nostalgia, really. People ask me what my favorite games are of all time. Usually most of the answers are games I played when I was a teenager or a kid. But God of War is one of my favorite. 2 games interested now for PC. Gave you a whole extra 30 minutes of training. Now I have 90 minutes of training. Cherry pick what you can actually work on. Gotham Knights. I haven't looked at that. Nice to be back to RimWorld. It's on J-Mac, welcome in. Finished Layers of Fear 2 was alright. Yeah, no swear. I might do it next year. Give it a 7 out of 10 on gameplay. Give it a 9 out of 10. I wonder if I need to get to that. Like, I'm afraid these are gonna keep spawning until I get there. So on video, welcome in. It says dark spawn waves though, so you have no potions. Kind of crazy.
Don't let them get behind us.
Excuse me. Sorry, did you walk through or playthrough for release? First Dark Extension tomorrow, yeah. Tomorrow. Next 3 days after today. So story day today, and the next 3 days are Dark Extension. Then I'm gonna be off Sunday, Monday. My daughter's birthday is on Sunday, and then I'll be on Tuesday with Dark Extension 2. It's gonna be 2 Hurlock Alphas, because they have all this extra health to deal with them. Christ, it's these kinds too. Holy crap. Leave me alone. Blackwall. Taunt that guy. What are you doing? Oh, potion refill. We're just gonna chug them all though, after I use it. He was frozen. Can't pull when they're frozen. I'm at the bit where you stop playing the game. It said he was stunned, but I don't think that looks like a stun. Series you will have to binge watch on YouTube. Awesome. Hopefully, you'll never run out of stuff to watch from me. So on Quest, so welcome back. The first like 70 hours of this is up on YouTube already. Let's go into Finn. Laser on Dark Dungeon is amazing. Thank you for the content. Thank you for letting me know. I'm glad you enjoy it. Think what games you're gonna pick up for Halloween sale. You know you want to get Evil Within 2 for sure. Outlast 1 and 2. Don't know what else. I don't know what else is on sale, but some of the best horror games that I played: Outlast 1 and 2, Visage. If you haven't played Observer was really good. Observer is much more. It has no jump scares. Observer is a psychological horror, psychological and atmospheric horror. Observer was really good. What's that spot? Yeah, Observer already on Epic. It's worth playing. Show the Epic music stops for a moment. Look at all these expeditions we've unlocked. How close are we to the camp? We're getting there. Looks like we got like 3 more waves left. Like 4 tabs open for me. Almost finished Argo Nexus, Transhuman open, Darkest Dungeon challenge run. That's awesome. Thank you. This game looks like MMO. Yep. In fact, originally Dragon Age 4, which they're working on, was going to be a pay-per-month MMO, but they changed it. Luckily. Holy crap, there's an emissary too? Man, these guys are so tanky. Head out, Ashen. I was gonna tell you to have fun, but that doesn't sound fun. So, but thank you for the lurk. Thank you for hanging out while you could. Yeah, initially Dragon Age 4 was gonna be a pay-per-month MMO, and they canceled that, and now it's probably gonna be more like this. I'm really looking forward to it though. Dragon Age 4 is going to take place in the northern continents, northern country, Tevinter. And we've learned so much about Tevinter, but we've never been there. So I'm excited for that. God of War, this is coming to PC. Yeah, that's what Action was just saying too. You guys are back to back pretty much. Stellaris is coming out with a... Oh, I saw that this morning. Yeah, the aquatic-based race for Stellaris. I didn't look... I saw the title though. You can play as an anthropomorphic dolphin. Let's go. And Breeze, welcome in. It doesn't sound fun, but have fun anyway. That's right. Be on a new engine. Well, a different engine this one. They're going to use Unreal. Graphics will be crazy. Comparison then. I don't think I'm supposed to go this way. But I'm going to anyway. There's gonna be 2 ogres defeating this one. Oh god, they have so much health. So for anyone that doesn't know, we're also playing the hardest difficulty, and one of the things that this game does on hard, which I actually don't like games doing it, is it just increases health by a lot. It just increases numbers by a crap load. That's what it does. It just pumps up the numbers for both health, damage, defense. I like games that make it so that it changes enemy abilities and tactics with extra difficulty. That's my favorite. And of course, alters the numbers some, but this one adds to the difficulty just by pumping numbers. You have to relearn fights between difficulty levels, yeah. Yeah, I like that. Or learn some additional things in fights between levels, yeah. Cole's journal, the last entry in a dirt-stained journal with several pages missing. Mother's song leaks out of me. Liquid fire spills from my eyes. Spiels, by the way. Mouth and ears. I give her everything and become a verse in her chorus. I am finally complete. It was never about the words, only the song. You play this game? You remember like it though? What build? I am doing a two-handed champion. Two-handed champion. Ring of flanking. 20% damage if additional damage for flanking. All right, I'm glad I went over here. We found the last bit of that. That's why dwarves shouldn't take Illyrium. Illyrium, rather. Let's go now. Welcome in. Yeah, two-handed champion. We're currently doing one of the DLCs, the late game area. Yeah, what Piewash said. Well, I didn't look. I play all these completely blindly, so I didn't know what was best. That's just what I usually play in games, the warrior. So don't know what's best, what's anything is. I just play these story games 100% blindly, not following any builds or anything. Just play. I am on the hardest difficulty too, but oh, potion refill after this. Okay. They have so much friggin' health. I don't know why I don't let Blackwall go first on these. I already know that's what they do. And I don't have a... There we go. Blackwall. I need you to taunt that one instead, please. Standing there staring at me. Why are you acting that way? It's stunning him. Yeah, I'm on my way. Emissary Alpha. Oh, it has so much friggin' health. There's multiple emissaries. Crap, can't get down there. I need my special up. Really? Stop by a rock? It has so much barrier. Do you have Dispel up? I don't even know if that gets rid of barrier. Some of it. Blackwall just doesn't die. He's crazy. Am I winning ranks? Slowly but surely. Crazy how little damage. We're gonna need Sarah up for this. Why is everyone else focusing elsewhere? What crap? My special's up. As soon as barrier falls off, we'll use it. Or I'll just use it now. Just like nothing. And these just respawn, so it's like... Alright, I guess I'll just go smack this thing for an hour. Am I stuck? When I was saying, like, annoying part of games is when you play on the hardest difficulty and all they do is just pump the stats, just make them damage sponges.
Don't let that emissary leader control the battle. This is our fight.
Blackwall? What? How are you dying? That's not good. Yes, Solus needs help. Time to spell back up. I got him, don't worry. Oh. Spell back up. Don't worry about barriers, just keep spelling. At least Sarah's also attacking now too. Holy crap, finally. Jesus. How much health should we give this? All of him. No, like, what's the number of hit points? All of them. All. All is the answer. Alright, now I can catch up in chat. Finally. Yeah, part of it is because we're on the hardest difficulty, and this is a, like, in-game DLC area that scales, so they're, like, super high level also. Tom's pretty much immortal. He's pretty crappy take, yeah. Can't hold through it. Don't you like how difficult the fight is? Super difficult. Just such high numbers. That's how difficulty works. That's right. Just hit it for a few hours. Insane health and constant armor barrier to work through. You have to rely on healing potions instead of having someone in your party who can use magic or some sort of ability to heal. Yeah, I don't know why they took that out. That was weird. That's how I had Morgana, Morgan spec'd in the first game. Yes, let's go on Sigden. Hard mode a game has to offer and it comes in this style of game. How much HP for the boss? To infinity and beyond. That's right. Let's go, Woozy. Welcome in. Sigden, thank you for being here. Oh, Lord. Well, it's over. It's done. What'd I get for that? Cold resist, a unique staff. 2% chance to inflict chain lightning damage and 100% weapon. We have a staff kind of like that. Starts tomorrow. Wednesday is story day. So yeah, starting tomorrow. Nothing over here? Alright. On we go. Thought story was still on hold. Well, if I don't finish this week, we're not gonna finish it this year. So I'm trying to finish it today if I can. Is people set on release on highest difficulty? It's like an MMO simulator.
That's the last of those, Darkspawn. Legion's in your debt, Inquisitor.
Look at this, Ren. It's ancient. Maybe 1,000 years old.
Any idea who built it, or why?
This Tig is on top of a lyrium mine. According to the memories, the mine was destroyed by some unexplained disaster. The miners must have used this lift to reach the lower levels.
And now it's squatted by something bigger than a dragon.
If there is a Titan causing earthquakes, it's down there.
I found this book with the emissary. The pages are mostly ruined, but a few are readable. See this line? I awoke to the singing stone. Our kingdom trembled at the Titan's hymn.
That reference to singing stone. I've been told that raw lyrium has a sound.
A hum. The mining cast follows it to find lyrium veins. They say it's the stone calling to them.
Perhaps it wasn't chance that the quakes destroyed lyrium mines.
They dug too greedily and too deep.
Is it possible the Darkspawn or their emissary could also hear the song?
The stone would never call to those vile things. But that doesn't mean they can't hear her.
Darkspawn live and die by the Blight. They don't care for much else.
I didn't realize you knew so much about Darkspawn motives.
Not everything's a mystery, Volta. Some things are exactly as they appear.
And some things are not.
How can we be sure what the book says is true?
We shouldn't force connections that don't exist.
Perhaps this will change your mind. Look here. It's the royal seal of Orsec Garal.
King Orsec Garal? That book belonged to a paragon? Maybe you are onto something, Volta.
Of course you'd take a dead man's word over mine. Always the traditionalist.
Hey, challenging tradition lost you a cushy position in Orzammar.
Do I play on the medium difficulty with a permadeath mod?
Does a king's book mean that much to you, Ren?
Paragons are the best of our people. They don't hand that title out to just anyone. Not even a king. Knowing it was Garal's book from the start would have saved us an argument.
As if you'd ever avoid an argument.
We don't have time for this.
I agree. And to be clear, I was reassigned. When my superiors ordered me to remove an official record from the memories, I declined. We decided it would be best if I served the Shaperate here, finding history instead of recording it.
That record must have been important, to risk your position over it.
It was trivial, actually. A childhood friend of King Balin had ancestral ties to the Carta. But the truth is the truth, no matter how political it may be.
The Shaperate can erase official records. Aren't the memories permanent?
Sometimes erasing records is standard procedure. If a dwarf becomes castless, they're struck from the memories. But I was asked to change a fact that someone important merely found inconvenient.
These two dwarves are clearly going to be hooking up.
If the Shaperate is willing to erase memories, what would prevent them from covering up the existence of Titans?
Why
The
would
necklace
they do
is
that?
dashing. Thank you.
Because someone in power demanded it.
It takes courage to challenge authority.
I suppose you would know. Some believe the past is what we make it. But we gain nothing from ignoring mistakes.
I'm sorry I brought it up. The earthquakes are what matters. I don't know where this lift leads, but we're about to find out the hard way. Get ready.
Solus, you should have a shiny head back there. You didn't realize they were dwarves. You thought my character was really tall. All right, I'm gonna split the recording there and use this lull in between parts of the DLC to use the restroom. I'll be right back.